Hello, my tubies. It's Sheila True Love, and we are back with part two. I think, it's do women have bad attitudes? This is part two. I am here with Deborah Cooper, the woman who is the queen of queens. This is a woman who I would recommend for all of my tubies to please Teletubbies, tubies, as much as you know that I love you and adore you. God knows you deserve it. I would love for you to go check out Deborah Cooper. Every woman in the planet, in the universe, actually, should be hearing what this woman had to say in terms of being schooled on how to protect yourself. And she's amazing at this. So let's go into part two and listen in.
Either one of them. Now, then he says, well, black women are evil and twisted, and they're really wrong. Something's wrong with them mentally, and there's something sinister, and they're just pure fucking evil. Now, if he was talking about me, I'd say right.
You see what she's saying? Now she's saying black women, but the reason why I address this to all women, because you have all men who are complaining about women. They're saying that women have bad attitudes. We're bitch, bitchy. I don't use profanity. Deborah, she has her style. Just scratch all the profanity because that's not my thing. But all women, they say we nag them, that we're with our PMS, and they address all women in terms of being with bad attitudes. So when you hear her say just black women, I'm addressing it to all women, because like you talk to men, they say there's bad and hostility in all races of women. Women are just that, women.
You're right. I am. I'm all that. But one thing I'm not going to do is all this networking and all this other stuff you're talking about. And I don't go out of my way to be evil to just everybody. I'm only evil to people that deserve it. Okay, so then he gives this example, right? And I would definitely wanted to talk about this. Okay, he gave this example of how black women have an attitude for no reason. And he was just really all up in his feelings about this situation. So I wanted to break it down for him about what really happened and why it happened that way, because he didn't seem to get it. So the way dude tells the story, he's in his car and he pulls into this little convenience store, whatever, and he left his phone in the car. So he goes into the store. There's a woman on her phone, as he said. She's on her phone, and he asks her what time it was. She could tell him the time. And he says she looked at him all kinds of crazy and was like, nigga, why you, all up in my face and stuff. And see, in his mind, she got like that because she thought he was trying to get at her. I mean, I'm not saying she didn't think that part of the way, but, because I wasn't there, so I can't say. But I'm going to tell you what the main reason why she got mad and the main reason why he's stupid. Okay, number one, you just was in your car with your phone. You should have looked at the clock in there. Okay, most people have a clock in their car. They have one on their phone. They have a watch. There's always a clock in the store. So there were all kind of, you could have asked the clerk what time it was. You had all kind of options to get the time besides interrupting a woman on the phone. So see, she's in the middle of something. You don't know who she was talking to or what the conversation was about. You don't know how urgent it was. You don't know nothing. All you know is that she didn't do what you fucking wanted her to do, and then you got an attitude about it and want to make a video ranting and raving about the fact that she gave you attitude. She should have cussed your fucking ass out. That's what she should have done, because you just think, where's the sense of entitlement? You see the woman is on the phone. She's busy. So for you to interject yourself into her life with the expectation that she stopped doing what she's doing to entertain you with the time, nigga, for real? That's what you really thought. See, you lucky, like in California here, you would have got cussed the fuck out so bad it would be, your feelings would be hurt 10 years later. Because we don't play that shit around here. You don't interrupt women with bullshit. And this whole thing there is, he just had no clue of how he came across to her. You just purposely sought her out, like trying to interject yourself in her world and just interrupt her flow and do all kind of shit to put yourself in a position of importance to a complete stranger in her life. And that's why she gave you that fucked up look. And that's why you got attitude, because you don't deserve that kind of attention from a stranger. She don't owe you shit. The time of day, the time of night, a smile, a wink, a friend. I mean, nothing. She don't owe you crap. So you lucky she said that, because she could have just rolled her eyes and ignored your ass. But she did at least tell you something so you would know what time it was and think about doing that shit again in the future. See, this is an issue with men. Yeah, I don't know where y'all get off with this stuff. When you think that because you want something from a woman, she's obligated to give it to you. That if she doesn't give it to you, there's something wrong with her. No, what's wrong here is your mind. Your mind is all fucked up. You start thinking that, you're all deserving of all this attention and focus from even complete strangers in the store. Oh my God, these dudes are just too much for me.
So, like I told you, she was married, but her husband passed away, Deborah Cooper. I think she was married for almost 40 years. 40 years. So, of course, when her husband passed, she let some mourning time pass, and then she went back into the dating world. And when she sees what's out here in the dating world today, Deborah is like, OMG, this is crazy. SMH, SMH, shaking my head. And I'm shaking my head right now because she's right. The crap that's out here is unbelievable. So you see, women like Lynn Toller, Deborah Cooper, females like this are the type of females that I want in my circle. I don't want no women who sit around here and lay down and be a doormat and let some clown walk all over her. He's sitting up here dogging you and you're still there. You're still there. You don't belong in Sheila True Love circle. Not at all. Not at all.
That was, a really an interesting thing. And he was just like too upset about that, calling her all kind of names and saying that, she had all kind of attitude. And this whole thing, about black women having attitude, niggas use that as a catch-all phrase for any time a woman does something or says something that doesn't respond the way that he wants her to, then she got an attitude. And the bottom line is, you know what? Just stay in your envelope, and then you won't experience that problem. Every time that they say black women have an attitude, it's because you come into a situation with an expectation that you're going to be treated special and like you're important to a woman who doesn't even fucking know your name. And she's not interested in knowing your name, obviously. Otherwise, when you came up to her, she would have been smiling and, more welcoming. So the fact that you're looking at her and trying to talk to her and she's mean mugging you, that's your clue to back off. You're supposed to do like this and then back up. Leave her alone. That's what you're supposed to do. But nah, y'all don't do that. You just like it.
Yeah. And she's got a good point in terms of a lot of these black men talking. But you notice what she said also, that women in general, it's not just black women, just women in general, men feel have a bad attitude anytime you're not going to comply to what they want you to do. She has a bad attitude because they're so used to women saying yes, yes, yes to everything because they feel that's the way women were trained. I wasn't raised that way. My mother was an Aquarius. My mother was a humanitarian, and she didn't take no shorts. I saw my mom my dad. Well, my dad passed away and all, so But then my mom was in the dating arena. Yo, my mother wasn't one. She wasn't the one. I've seen her clock niggas with beer bottles, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, mom! OMG, mom!" But anyway, my mother was a strong woman. She was brilliant. She's the type of woman who, you could play a piano and she could hear it, and she could play whatever you could play an instrument and she could hear it. I mean, not an instrument, but like the piano or an organ. She didn't have to study it. She didn't have to do none of that. She was what they call a prodigy. I think a prodigy. Yeah. That's the type of lady my mom was. And she was always a working woman. I have 5 brothers. I'm the only female. My mom was no joke. And you can't be weak when you're trying to raise 5 men. There was difficulties with that for my mom, but she would be kicking suckers out left and right because no. You do not want to abide by the rules in this house, then you will not be in this house. And that's what I was raised to see. And then what freaks me out with these these black monkey men is the way that they could hate their own race of women, because that's what the media dictates. You're going to hate your own race of women, women you created. We didn't come out of no white man, out of no Spanish man sperm, or it wasn't no Spanish man sperm that created us, no Chinese man sperm. It was a black man sperm that created all these black women. And then you're going to sit up here and hate your very creation. Now, how stupid and twisted is that? Black men may be physically strong, but mentally, they are the weakest creatures on the planet. They are the weakest out of all the other races of men. You're going to hate your own creation. That's crazy. That's totally crazy. And I don't understand it. I didn't understand it then. And I don't understand it now. I never will.
Could be this and she's like, no, I could be somebody who blows your fucking face off. That's what I could be. But it's like, you just don't understand that nobody wants to talk to you like that. Leave women alone. Just leave them alone. Unless you're in an environment where you're there to meet people, like a party, a club, a networking event or something. You're just approaching women in some random place when they on the phone. Please don't expect to get her attention. Just don't. You following women through the grocery store and down, the aisles of the department store and all this stuff, and you looking like a fucking stalker. You guys need to really understand what you look like from the female perspective. As a matter of fact, on this coming Thursday, how can I put this? I guess I put it in the description of this video. I'm doing a online meeting. It's going to be the first one of a new series I want to start. I'm going to be having he said, she said conversations with a select group of men. If you have a recommendation for somebody that you think has some good sense, so that we can have a meaningful conversation about some issues, black community issues, American society and culture, gender issues, relationships, dating, whatever. The table's going to be pretty open. But I want to do this new series where I'm talking to men, and we're sharing and going back and forth in the same way, giving the gender perspectives on certain situations. So if you got
Yeah, and she has already started that, where it has he said, she said, which is what I like to do also. But she has the men calling in. They be calling in. So check out Deborah Cooper's channel. Blow it up, subscribe, like, and all the above. Yeah, because she listens to the men's perspectives, because she's not trying to be a male basher. And you're not a male basher if what you're saying is true. Now, if you're sitting up here lying on men and exaggerating stuff, then I could understand where men will feel that you're an androgynous. I think that's what it's called. Androgynous, someone who hates men. A misogynist is men who hate women. That's a misogynist. Androgynist are women who hate men. I don't hate men. I love men. I love them. I think they're one of God's greatest creations. Well, my point is, it's so hard to find one. You have all these boys dressed up as men, and then you have all of these wannabe men, but there's no men. It's hard to find. I'm not going to say there's none. There are some kings out there. Let me tell you straight up and down. There are some kings who will stand up for their ebony women. They become gladiators for us, but they are far and in between. They are like a low percentage. We've got some kings out here. Let's not get it twisted now.
Recommendation, write to me at survivingdating, all one word, at gmail.com with your idea. So we start this Thursday. I have this guy on Talk by Q. I forgot what his handle is, but on Twitter. But that's where I found him. And mature guy, real balanced, real sensible, and I think we'll have a very good conversation. So I'll put all the information so you can join in discussion if you choose to. It'll be this Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 if you're on the East Coast, or 8 Central Time. And then the following Thursday is the webinar, or AKA the Debinar, on self-esteem. If you have not signed up yet, I will also put the link for that in the description so you can sign up for that too. It's $15.
Okay, now the name of this video from Deborah Cooper is "What Do You Mean, Black?" Come on, Oreo. Look at my cat. Get down, geek. Come on, crazy cat. Get. Come on now. Okay, now the name of her video is Deborah Cooper. What do you mean black women have an attitude? Well, remember, I just address it to all women because all men feel that we have attitude. We all PMSing. We all crazy. You know how they gaslight us, trying to make us look like we cray-cray. But whatever. Anyway, women, we know what's up. Really, that's why God created women as a man's helper. You notice God didn't create no man as our helper. God saw that these men, they need help. They need it. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love, truly loving you, always loving you. You always have a choice. Like the Bible says, be wise, my child, and make my heart rejoice. And how do we make God and Christ's heart rejoice? By being wise. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.